Welcome back, everybody, to another fantastic day in U.S. history. Today we are moving on to week 2 of the Student Choice Board. This week it is over the Gilded Age. This is a time of corruption, greed, horrible living conditions, social Darwinism. You're born to be poor, to work till you're sore, so don't be asking for more. So this is going to be an interesting time for you guys to go and investigate, to explore your understanding, and I am going to go through each option with you to give you the instructions. As always, look in the description to find the timestamps, and let's get on to it. So we are back in our Google Classroom, and you may notice something a little bit different. Instead of having 6 different assignments for you guys, there is only one assignment we're going to turn everything in. This is actually easier for organization, I come to realize. For you to gather your materials, I created a separate material post for you guys. One of the things you need to do first is go ahead and just check the choice board. It's down here and it says Week 2 assignments. This is where you're going to turn everything in. And the other post where all the materials are at, it's labeled Week 2 instructions / how to turn in assignments. To give you an idea what it may look like on your end, I went ahead and created my own student account, and here is what it looks like on my end. Now, one of the first things you need to do is go up to classwork. As always, click classwork at the top, and you see Week 2 distant learning. And you have instructions / how to turn in assignments, and then Week 2 assignments. Just go ahead and go to Week 2 assignments first. When you click that, click View Assignments. And this is where you're going to turn everything in. This is where you're going to make sure that you have your 3 options. Once you have your 3 options added over here, then mark as done. Do not mark your assignment as done until you've done your 3 and you post all 3 in this assignment page. Now, where do you get these assignments like last time? Well, you're going to go back to Mr. Sanchez's homepage, click classwork, go to distant learning again, and you're going to click instructions / how to turn in assignments. And here are your different options. Now, whichever one you want to do, let's say, oh, I want to do number 2. So I'm going to click number 2. That will pop up for me. And obviously you will not be able to do anything here. You can't change anything. But what you can do is you can go up to File, make a copy your own name, okay, and now you have a copy up for yourself that you can edit. First thing you're going to do is come up here where it says your name and change that to your actual name. And that is how the titles will look for you guys, so it's easier for me to see and also know which option you are doing. Once you're finished with all this, you're going to go back to the main assignment. Alright, so we're back in the main assignment. Now, I've already made 2 other copies of the different options, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Now you add your copies. It doesn't matter if they're done. What I want you guys to do is add your copies to this assignment. It lets me know who has already chosen their options and are working on it versus who have not. Now, the way you add onto it, like last time, you're going to go to Add or Create. Instead of creating a Google Doc and copying stuff over, what you're going to do is go to Google Drive. And they should pop up as your most recent documents. And here are my most recent: option 5, option 4, option 2 or 4, option 2. There you go. So what we're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click your different options. What I'm doing to select all of them is I'm holding down Control and then clicking. That's one way you can select more than one option at a time. Click Control or Command, click all my options, and I'm going to add them to the Google assignment. This is going to allow me to see who has chosen the assignments. Doesn't matter if they're done yet, it will pop up on my end and I know that you have started it. And the first step of completing these is starting it. Now let me go into each of the options and give you the instructions of what you're going to do. Alright, we're back in the mainstream of my Google Classroom, and one of the first things you're going to do, you're going to click the W2 number 1, if that's what you want to do. And again, you're going to make your own copy. In the end, you should have access and be able to edit your own version. For option 1, you are going to go back to Khan Academy. Khan Academy will have these articles for you. You're going to click the link, take you to Khan Academy. We are no longer in the West, and that's where it's going to take you, but we need to move up to the Gilded Age. Now you can watch the different videos. It is very insightful, but the main questions are going to be over the articles. The difference between the articles and the videos have the play YouTube sign, while the articles have a page. That's the one you're going to click. Click the page, read through the document, go back to your option and answer the questions for each article. 1 and 2 is over the first article, and then 3 and 4 is over the article America Moves to the City. Then the next article, Development in the Middle Class. Then the next article, Politics of Gilded Age. Go ahead and answer each of these questions for option 1. For option 2, we are back in for CNN. We are going to watch for information, try to gather as much as we can. It's important that with social distancing, we are not going to social isolation. You can still talk to people, and we encourage you to communicate, to learn, to advocate, to gather as much and be an informed citizen. And the way you do that is by first getting into the actual information itself. So go to CNN 10. Again, this link always changes by the day. So there's going to be a new video for March 30th, 2020. This is when the video is being created. But if you're doing it later this week, it's going to be a different video. Once you watch the video, what you're going to do is you're going to summarize the video and cite specific references, data, information, events in your summarization. This is to show that you actually watched the video. For number 2, go talk to a parent, go talk to a friend, go talk to a family member, go talk to someone about the topics in the video and listen to their opinion. Listen, do not debate, listen. And once you gather their information, then it's up for you to determine, do you agree or disagree with that opinion? And evidence. Show your logic in your opinion. For number 3, you're going to be making your own information slides for the presidents of the Gilded Age. And while the presidents of the Gilded Age had a lot of influence, the people who had the most influence were the political bosses. And so this is an option. You still got to do the presidents. But if you want to take it to the next level, to expand your understanding of the Gilded Age, I include 3 political bosses for you in this option. The 3 political bosses are William Boss Tweed, George W. Plunkett, and Tom Pendergast. Now, you have the option to do that. I recommend that you look into one of them because these people are very interesting in how they use their political power to gain a lot of wealth and influence inside the actual small towns and also large cities of the state. Go ahead and do that if you're interested. If not, stick to the presidents. Option 4 is very straightforward with what you have to do. Here is a video leading you to the crash course. People who speak really fast and it's hard to understand, but I believe you can understand it enough to answer the questions, and here are the questions below. That's all you gotta do. Watch the video and answer those questions and add this to the assignment. Number 5, as always, one of my favorite ones to do, where you really immerse into the history, immerse yourself into the situation, and you are going to write a letter explaining your concerns about the growth of monopolies of the Gilded Age, their power, and explain why it might be ironic that this is called the Gilded Age. Think about, why is the Gilded Age called the Gilded Age in the first place? What does it mean for something to be gilded? And how does that represent this time period? And on top of that, try to put in some imagery in there about representing the era. If you're good at Photoshop, I highly recommend you put some Photoshop, maybe Photoshop yourself in there. And with social isolation and quarantine, might be a good time to maybe learn how to do Photoshop so you can make some funny memes while you're at it. So go ahead and immerse yourself in the situation. Pretend to be either the monopolist or pretend to be the hardworking, struggling worker who is at the bottom of the bottom, the lowest of the low, and explain how you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you believe in, what you think must happen, and why calling this time period the Gilded Age is pretty ironic. For option 6, this is going to be your primary resource analysis, your inferencing, and you are going to pick 3 documents from Docs Teach. You can click here, click Doc Teach, go down to the Explorer option, and you're going to type in Gilded Age. Oop. And you are going to choose 3 of these options up here and explain how they are relevant, how are they tied to the Gilded Age, why. So use your context understanding from the articles or from the crash course history to be able to explain who are these people, why are they relevant up here, or what about these primary sources gives you insight of how the Gilded Age was. Alright you guys, so that's all you really have to do for this week. Just choose 3 of the 6 and make sure you turn it in by the end of the week. I will be having an online streaming session for you guys around 11 o'clock tomorrow and 1 and 3 tomorrow as well. They'll be about an hour long, so make sure you look out for those Google invites and click yes or no if you're going to be there, so I know how many people to expect. So if you have any additional questions, you can always contact me at my email and my phone number. They'll be on the Google Classroom as well, or you can check my previous videos for that information. So I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you next time.